Hello and welcome to Pedantic Handwaium, the podcast that tries to explain fictional worlds using science. I'm Simon.
And I'm Jeff.
I just momentarily there forgot what the name of the podcast was.
Yeah, you also had like a real breathy hello at the beginning, too.
That's because I was trying to remember the name of the podcast. Today, we're gonna be looking at the Ronald McDonald universe.
All right, just getting right into it.
Just getting right into it. It existed before me. Oh, actually, you know,
and it will probably exist after you.
And it probably will. Yeah, it is eternal. It's really the McDonald universe is the Shakespeare of our time.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Can't refute it.
Cannot refute it. Try and refute it. You can't. There you go. Proven.
Right? All right, good episode. Got it.
Good episode. Okay. That's it. All right, I'm still trying to get chocolate out of my mouth. Anyway. So the McDonald universe it is both a series of advertisements and an actual children's show featuring Ronald McDonald, the McDonald's mascot, and all of his creepy friends.
Monster friends. Yeah.
That really don't make a whole bunch of sense. And they just like go on adventures that involve food.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, stealing it and eating it. And
the normal things you do with food.
Yeah, the normal things you do with food. Huh. So weird. Anyway, I do like this. So there is a fandom wiki for the McDonald's.
I'm not even surprised. Like, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
I'm just so I thought I was gonna have to like really go out and find stuff, but turns out no.
But you found it all on one silver platter, ready to go.
Literally, yep. All the characters. We're going through the characters, not so much the world. But so I feel like Ronald McDonald, kind of self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, he's a guy who's a clown who gives people food.
Yeah, like he gives people hamburgers. He's just really into hamburgers. So I guess the apparently he had a dog. I actually cannot find that much about his dog. That is...
I mean, did it pass under unfortunate circumstances? Is that why you can't find anything?
No, but I am going to drop a picture in the Discord chat, if it'll let you send me. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh,
that is his dog.
I vaguely remember that.
So here's the question. This thing's name is Sundae. What is he? He's supposed to be a dog.
Yeah, well, he... for the listener audience, is...
Yeah, describe him.
Vaguely kind of dog-shaped, but with human lips and teeth. Does have a snout that is just nose, like the full mouth is underneath it.
Yes. And it's cone-shaped.
Like, does also have, like, human-shaped eyes. And, like, hair on the top of its head, I think, rather than... Well, I mean, it also has fur everywhere, but just also hair.
But the hair is red and the fur is white.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a horrifying visage of man's hubris.
I do not want to see how this talks. That's terrifying to me.
I don't think... Wait, oh my god, it does talk. Oh man, I didn't think it talked. But then it says things like it sings songs and it has a low a monotoned voice and it often speaks negatively. So
is it me? Am I the dog?
I don't know. Maybe if you got like a red wig, you would kind of look like you.
Right.
Though, to be honest, the way I differentiate you from other people is that you don't have hair, but you have hair everywhere else.
So much of it. You have no idea.
Yeah. So what is this thing?
Mm,
Is is it like a fly situation where like a man and a dog got into?
I feel like that has to be the starting point just based on the mouth.
Right? It has to be. It has. This thing is too human for it to be a dog going human. It has to be a human going dog, or
Mm-hmm.
a human going dog adjacent. Just what I'm enjoying is that he's got this like blue war paint underneath his eyes.
Yeah, I think... Is that also supposed to be, like, clown makeup?
I think it's supposed. His name is Sundae, so I think it's supposed to be sprinkles.
That's just one big, weird blue sprinkle.
Yeah, that's the best idea I have. I do like the fact that he does have dog ears. Because I feel like if you put human ears on this thing, that would be the worst. You know what? Actually, if you put human ears on this thing, it would literally just be a furry human with a dog nose.
Well, yeah, it would look more normal, I think.
You think you think it's the ears are the thing that put it over the edge of uncanny
No,
valley?
I don't think it's the ears that put it just over the edge. I think it's, like, if you accept that it is a people with people ears, that would be less monstrous than a dog with a human mouth.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. Yeah, that certainly makes sense. I agree with this.
Right.
I honestly have no idea how to explain this thing.
Yeah, I feel like what has Ronald McDonald gotten into where he has just horrible dog-human crossing science available to him?
Well, I have an idea.
Oh, no. Okay, continue.
So, have you ever read the book, The Cabinet? That's a movie. I was going to say The Cabinet of whatever this name is.
Dr. Calgary?
Yeah.
That's about a guy who sleepwalks.
Yeah, I know. And it's a movie.
Yeah, it is.
What's the one?
I don't know how you're connecting that.
It's Island of Dr. Moreau. I get those two
Oh,
confused
that's
all
a
the
very
time.
different thing.
Well, it's like it's a thing and then a doctor's name, and I don't know why I get them confused, but I do. They are not the same in any way.
Yeah, they're so different.
Okay, so you know the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Okay.
Maybe this is like an Island of Dr. Moreau thing where he is taking although horrifying, yes, he's taking a dog and trying to make it human by like attaching human, or by like mutilating its features to resemble that of a human, and he thinks it will bring it sentience.
Okay, yeah, and it will, like, self-actualize upon seeing its human mouth.
Yeah, but maybe it doesn't because it's still a dog.
Well, I mean, it also can speak English, so maybe it did.
Well, but I don't think the only thing standing between animals and speaking English is self-actualization. I think he must have like mutilated a
Well,
dog's...
I mean, like, it seems like sapient, though.
So, it does, but I would say that if you could communicate with a dog enough, I feel like you could get it to speak in full sentences.
In full human sentences.
In full human sentences, yeah. If you were to like modify its, like it would probably be like a 5-year-old or like a
probably. I don't know. I don't know how smart dogs necessarily get.
Me neither.
Like, in terms of people, you know.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, we have the answer. Apparently it's, Sundae, you said was its name?
There you go. Wow, that's a scientific breakthrough. This is how smart dogs actually are. The only difference is that it's just a communication issue. But once they can communicate, look at that, they can sing songs, and they can be really mean. I don't like this. This is a mean thing.
What, the dog is mean?
Yeah,
or we've, like, cursed it to a terrible fate?
Oh, no, I mean the dog is mean. Like, he keeps on, like, criticizing people. And he's not a dog I would want. I feel like
I mean, yeah, like if he's mean about the criticism, then he just has to. He just doesn't know the social graces yet
that's
for people.
probably true. I was gonna say maybe he's like a Pomeranian, but yeah, that works too.
Uh-huh.
And so, man, that's a horrifying thing. Do we think that it's Ronald McDonald who has mutilated this dog this way, or do we think that he has just found this dog and he just is like, well, I can't kill it, but
Well, I think anyone else would be nice enough to put it down.
So you think that you didn't answer my question? Do you think Ronald McDonald did this?
Yeah, well, he would have to because like
only the sicko.
He keeps it as a like a trophy to his achievement.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that. I mean, I don't like that, but I don't understand that either. I am accepting that is part of our lore. Okay, cool. So we got Sundae figured out. That was kind of easy. He's just a horribly mutilated dog.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what the blue is. Maybe he's crying, but he can't cry because he's a dog. Wow. We got to move on from this.
You just made it so much worse. Okay, so what's the next abomination?
Well, it's Grimace.
All right.
For anyone who doesn't know this, Grimace is a large purple character. He is just kind of a giant blob with no neck, and he is evil. He is.
Is he?
Yeah. His moniker is Evil Grimace, and
okay.
He steals milkshakes and pops, which I assume they mean by as sodas.
Yeah, it's a regional thing.
Yeah. So I guess Coke is what he steals if you're from the heathen land. Yeah.
So I don't remember Grimace being a creature that just steals everything.
Well, what you don't realize is that I feel like this is like the 1980s when all this stuff was made, and I feel like America at that time became really disillusioned, and they figured that if a creature was going to exist in a fantasy world, it either had to be like some kind of corrupt and inept politician, or it was trying to beat down the working man by stealing his food. That's
all right.
That's what I
sure.
think. But so it looks like he does have 2 legs. He also has 2 arms, and he also has movable eyebrows.
Well, a lot of people have movable eyebrows.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that like when we explain what Grimace is, it's gotta include. There's not much to the creature. He's a giant purple blob with arms and legs.
Yeah.
Literally, the sixth thing about Grimace is that he has movable eyebrows. Because you gotta think about no one else actually has movable eyebrows in this world except for Ronald McDonald.
Sure.
Are we gonna go for another?
I'll take your word for it.
Are we gonna go for another depressing novel and be like Grimace is like a Frankenstein-esque character who hates his master for creating him and so is forced to just try and steal from him?
I feel like
I could just send you a picture.
Oh, well, I'm also trying to send you this picture.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, so what...
It's really good that we're making visual jokes.
I know. It is a picture of Grimace asking what he is.
Am I?
Yeah, like, do the other creatures line up with something in the McDonald's menu, or
a lot of them? Oh, well, no, no.
Okay, well, I was hoping for something.
No, so it seems like Grimace is just he's just there, and it seems like he has. So the things we know about the biology of Grimace is that they
round.
They always round. I think it's assumed that he is eating and drinking the milkshakes and the sodas. I think that's
definitely. Mm-hmm.
We know that they have 2 genders. They have there's male and female Grimace.
This is a whole.
Oh yeah, he's a
thing,
whole family.
Huh?
He's an Irish uncle.
Okay.
Named Uncle O Grimace.
All right.
Who advertises for the Shamrock Shake. So I think he's got something to do with shakes. But he also has a grandmother and a great-grandmother. And he might have a brother named King Ganga, who is the king of the Grimaces. He's also a ham radio enthusiast. So, yeah.
I don't know if any of this helps.
What if... So, there are aliens in this world, okay?
Okay.
What if... You know when people say, like, when humanity rose out of, like, the primordial ooze?
It was Grimace that was the primordial ooze.
Exactly. I think Grimace is, in this world, the primordial ooze that has, like, grown up symbiotically with humans. He's a parasite. Who just feeds off human...
Okay. Who just feeds off of humans, soda, and milkshakes.
Yeah. I mean, do you see teeth in that guy's mouth? He can't eat a burger.
He's got no chompers.
He's got no chompers.
That Grimace.
He's a total liquid diet. He's like Link before Breath of the Wild.
Now, he ate fairies too, didn't he?
No, the fairies come out and they, like, wrap around him. He didn't eat the fairies. Oh, my God. Imagine how horrifying would that be, like, as Link's, like, falling down dead. He's just, like, ripping into this fairy. You hear, like, little screams as Navi just, like, looks on as her brethren is dying. This is a dark episode.
Yeah, no, welcome to McDonald's, everybody.
We have the parasitic primordial ooze that's been stealing from humanity this whole time. Yeah, so maybe that's why he's evil Grimace. Maybe that's why they're evil. They are always seen by humanity. Sorry, I'm just going off on this, but, you know. Anyway, they are seen by humanity as their original enemy. So, like, Christianity, like how Christianity in this world has, like, the original sin. This is like this world's version of original sin. I hate you so much. I think it's agreed that if Grimace actually was Thanos, do we think that Grimace, being Grimace, would instead double the size of the universe instead of killing half the people?
I don't know, because I didn't watch Avengers.
I'm asking you to make a huge character call about a character that you have never seen and you only know from pop culture. Do you believe that that Grimace, in an objective way, is evil or good?
Well, I think he is evil, but I think if the options are to kill part of humanity or double the size of the universe, did you say?
Yeah.
I think he would double the size of the universe because that's a pragmatic decision. More universe is more room for milkshakes.
That's what I was thinking too. I actually think that he might also kill half of humanity and turn them into milkshake machines. Just as like a you. Sorry. Just as like a you. Wait, I need a good word for this. Just to stick it to humanity, so that like the humans that are left just have to watch their loved ones get consumed by this horrifying ooze monster.
Right.
You know what I kind of like about the fact that I'm saying it's like a fact, even though I know this is a world I've literally just made up. But I'm just
pretty sure it's a fact. Continue.
I'm so deep in the fiction, man. So Grimace, the reason like the early creatures resemble nothing like humans, right? There's a lot of evolution that goes on, but because the primordial ooze has just been able to glob on to whatever creature is the highest standing in the world, the most productive, they haven't had to change what they look like. So they still look like just giant balls of ooze. That's why they have such
yeah, because they've just never had to change.
Yeah, they have such few characteristics because, like, you don't need to evolve. If you already have the game plan. The game plan is to get other people to do your work for you. Aw, man. Grimace is really just like a 1980s businessman. I love this. Grimace is the best. New favorite character.
Grimace and all of the terrifying everything that it is.
So, I will say, so the next character, yeah, okay, I get it. He's horrifying.
For the listener, I've been sending pictures of just terrifying Grimace at Simon this entire time.
The next one is the Hamburglar.
Right. Who is a man who steals hamburgers.
He's a man who steals hamburgers. So he only speaks gibberish. And
Okay.
I am saying, and this might be not correct, but he seems to only subsist on burgers.
Right.
Do we think that the Hamburglar, because there's really only like 2 evil characters in this entire world. Do we believe that the Hamburglar...
That's Grimace and the Hamburglar?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Mayor McCheese can't possibly be good.
I think he's just inept. I don't think he's really, like, bad. He's just
Okay.
bad at his job.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't think, like, he's, like, actively corrupt. But anyway, I think maybe he is, like, a cosplayer of the Grimace world. Like, he's, like, role-playing as a Grimace. Because he
just has a real bad costume.
Or yeah, I understand. Look, Jeff. This is a bad solution to this problem. I get that, but it's a starting point.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not even sure if there's anywhere to go with the Hamburglar. I think it's just a human man who steals people's hamburgers.
So you just think that he's just vindictive? He's just mean.
Well, it's not vindictive. He's not just mean. He just needs to survive.
Oh, so. This is like a Les Miserables kind of character. Like, I was going to say Jean-Claude Van Damme, but that's not the character from Les Miserables.
Yep, that's very different also.
I don't remember the guy from the main guy who steals bread in Les Miserables. But he's him.
Yep. That's the one.
This is a really classical episode, too. This is both sad and classical. Maybe humanity was just really down in the dumps many years, and that's why we kept on producing such sad literature. Because, like, I feel like I gotta say, like, the first... I
mean, like, sad literature has always existed, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the earliest happy book you can remember? Like, the Hungry Caterpillar?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
Is that a happy book?
I think it is. He turns into a butterfly.
I don't know what he does. All right, sure.
That's all he does.
He just eats and turns beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations. That is the plot.
The happiest book ever.
But you gotta think like even like Jack and Jill. That's not that happy. I mean, they hurt each other constantly. They have clearly some kind of it's almost an abusive relationship. Like, Jill doesn't want to do something, but Jack wants to do something, so he, like, drags her along, and it turns out badly, and they both get blamed for it, even though it was clearly Jack's fault. Or it's like a parasocial relationship where, like, Jill is, like, in love with Jack, and will, like, follow him to the ends of the earth, but Jack just doesn't reciprocate it. That's all I'm saying, guys.
It's classic interpersonal interactions.
Classic.
So, Hamburglar. Human man.
So he's just a human man.
Steals food to survive.
Jeff has shot down my idea that he is, like, trying to take the only evil he knows in the world and become like it. But, fine. Well,
I mean, like...
No, Jeff, no, it's good. It's fine. No, don't worry about it.
I feel like you're just making more out of, like... There's nothing there.
You want, like, an Occam Razors kind of thing. You want, like, okay, the humans are just humans. They're just humans. Sure, Ronald McDonald is a clown who sells and peddles hamburgers, but it's also kind of like a Dr. Moreau character where he performs horrifying, surgery on creatures to create anthropomorphized dogs. But yeah, I mean,
there's no other explanation.
The Hamburglar's just, he's a human. Do we think... So, here's one thing. We haven't actually seen any other humans in this world. Do we think that the Hamburglar, the reason he speaks gibberish is because he's like the forbidden experiment? I'm sorry, you're right. He's just a human.
To make humans?
The forbidden experiment is like what happens if you remove a human from humanity and like have it grow up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
And so maybe that's why he is the way he is?
The Hamburglar was kidnapped as a baby.
By the Ronald.
By the Ronald McDonald. Replaced with, like, bits of wood and straw and string.
Yeah. That his parents knew weren't their son, but because they had lost their son and it was all they had,
but they raised it anyway because that's all they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Hamburglar was stolen and replaced by a changeling. Got it.
Yep. And that's why he speaks gibberish. There we go. I just wanted to explain one thing about the Hamburglar, which is why he didn't speak English. So the next thing... So before I send you this picture, Jeff, I want you to guess. If I were to say something was a McDonald's mascot, and the description of them are goblins made to look like French fries, and their name were the Fry Kids, what do you think that they would look like? Just describe them. What you think that they would look like.
I think that they would be all individual fries sticking out of like one of the cardboard sleeves, just all shouting at you constantly.
Just kind of like you're thinking of like the sleeve is like a what are they called, a baby Bjorn, but with like French fries in them.
Yeah, right.
Well, now I'm gonna send you this because it is
that is a very different thing than what you described.
Yeah, so
these are
not
big
French fries?
Yarn balls with legs that are skating.
Yes. The Fry Kids are not French fries.
No, very much not.
They are described as being, and they were meant to promote French fries, and you would think maybe they'd be long, be crinkly, like, you know, they could be potato wedges. I accept potato wedges as fries.
Well, agree to disagree on that one.
Well, I mean, like, you consider home fries fries? Because home fries are further from fries than potato wedges.
No, I don't consider them fries.
But they have fry in the name.
Yeah, so do a lot of things.
Like the Fry Kids.
Like the Fry Kids that are just as much French fries as home fries are.
You know, actually, I would say that home fries are more French fry than the Fry Kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Jeff and Simon's new podcast, where we go through various items in the world and compare them back to French
determine
fries.
Whether or not they're like French fries.
They're all female.
Okay.
They sometimes speak gibberish. They sometimes don't.
The same gibberish as the Hamburglar, or a different gibberish?
Unclear. It seems like that gibberish may be just like it may actually be a dialect, but this is like a xenophobic world that just considers any foreign or non-English language to be gibberish. Because a character we'll get into, Captain Crook, he can understand
I do not recall this character even a little bit.
Yeah, no, neither did I, because I hate the fish menu at McDonald's.
Oh, that kind of captain, I see.
Yeah. Like, it's supposed to be Captain Crook.
That is like, yeah. Alright, so what are we doing with these Fry Kids? This is terrifying.
They're differently colored, shaggy, ball-like creatures with long legs and no arms. Also, almost resembling a pawn. So, I have an idea about this. In the rich fiction we've created.
Okay.
I think that the Fry Kids are what young Grimace look like.
Okay.
Before they're
do all of them become purple, or
well no, because Uncle O'Grimacy is green.
Is green, surely. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that this is what the Fry Kids are like. They're just the infantile form, the pre-metamorphized form of the Grimace.
I can't get behind that. And then that's why the Hamburglar only talks in a similar gibberish, is because he was raised with them rather than people.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I like that. I thought you were going to offer up the idea that I came up with, that he's just a cosplayer, and I was going to yell at you for including the great ideas, for stealing them. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Like, maybe he thinks he's a Fry Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like raised by wolves kind of kid. Wow, that's really kind of weird. And maybe that's also why he's evil. And the Fry Kids, I don't think they're necessarily evil, but I think that's because they're too young to really know the difference between good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, that was easy. They are called goblins, but maybe like goblins is like what's the name for a baby kangaroo? Is it a jack? Or I
don't know how that relates to goblins.
Well, I mean, like maybe goblins is to
okay,
Grimace
I see.
as Jack is to kangaroo. I don't know why I didn't go with tub. That was a word I knew.
Yeah, like kitten to cat.
Listen. I wanted what are they called again? Oh man, a marsupial.
Okay.
To make the connection. Because
sure.
I wanted a thing that was like distinct from its larger form. I feel like it was a good idea. I'm
feel
sorry.
like that's even not that close. Like, that's not what you're going for. You just kangaroo's the first animal that popped in your head and you ran with it.
You know what, Jeff? I don't think we need to argue in front of the listener. I think we can do this after.
Right, they just have to assume it's a perfect relationship like everyone else does.
Exactly. Me and Jeff are not divorcing. Don't worry, listener. We're just sometimes in a relationship we're
just talking loudly at each other to get our points across.
Exactly.
Please go back to your room and turn the music up.
This is such a terrifying episode. We have to this is just a nosedive down into depression.
I know. It's probably fine.
Yeah, don't worry. Quarantine hasn't gotten to us at all. We're still really happy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so now we have the big man himself, Mayor McCheese, and his heavy-footed stormtroopers, Officer Big Mac, and I assume that those other Big Mac and hamburger-shaped
people.
Yeah, law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's just an incompetent mayor. Are we fine with that, huh? We think, there we go. He's just a hamburger with a head.
Well, I am also now on the McDonald's fandom wiki, and Mayor McCheese's species is listed as burger. So I feel like we have to unpack that a little bit.
Oh my god.
Did you not notice that?
No. Oh, well, I didn't notice that. Because I wasn't on his, actual... I was on the list of McDonald's characters pages.
Oh, I see.
Not the... Yeah, I'm jumping back and forth. But I just realized, maybe in McDonald's world, hamburgers are alive. Hamburgers are people. So when he is peddling his burgers, he is just decapitating the children of this world.
Uh-huh.
And just giving them out, selling them back to... I don't know, does the hamburger eat hamburgers?
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like he's just...
Are burgers cannibalistic in nature?
Well, here's the question. How do you define... is a turducken cannibalism?
No, that's just 3 different birds stuffed into each other.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're not digesting the hamburgers. They're just absorbing them and making a bigger hamburger. But then, how do they locomote? I know.
So they're absorbing it and using that as material to grow.
Yeah.
That is what eating is.
I would argue that that's what a turducken is. You've just put another bird inside of a bird and you're using it to make a larger bird.
I don't know if that's true.
Listen, Jeff. We don't need to get, down in the nitty and the gritty of it here. Just agree with me.
That burgers don't eat burgers, they just consume them.
Yes. Well, what I'm thinking is if you were a hive mind world, okay, if you were a world that all the creatures were part of one thing and you could absorb and desorb each other, I don't think I would call that cannibalism. I think I would call that
the circle of life.
Yeah. What if you reduce the circle of life down to just one creature? That was
the burger.
And that's not cannibalism. That's a circle of life. That's beautiful. Cannibalism is illegal.
Well, let's run with burgers absorbing other burgers to become more powerful, bigger burgers.
Okay.
Would then Officer Big Mac be a bigger, more powerful burger than Mayor McCheese?
We would think that, but I think that...
So, I'm thinking that Officer Big Mac runs the shadow government, and Mayor McCheese is just a mouthpiece.
See, I thought that Ronald McDonald ran the shadow government, and that's why he was able to harvest the children of the burger kind and sell them without the burger uprising, because they know they can't It's Nazi Germany. It's Nazi Germany. Or really, actually, it's more like Soviet Russia. But he is essentially he has so much power over the world. And maybe that's because he's keeping he's satiating the police, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the police then control the government. And so he is allowed to breed and kill as many burgers as he wants to sell to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Before they develop eyes and noses and eyebrows and hats and clothes and arms and legs. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that tracks, yeah.
I would also like to suggest that maybe, like, a burger is born as, like, a patty, and all of the toppings to it are, like, shells. Like, it's, like, an inorganic component to the burger. Like, you know how hermit crabs have shells, Jeff?
Yeah, and they swap them out.
Yeah, so, like...
For bigger slices of cheese.
Yeah, or bigger pieces of bread.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just bread lying around this world.
For small baby burgers to move into.
Exactly. See, now we're back on the same page.
Right. Yeah, I think we got it.
Oh yeah. So I think two more.
I mean, I'm sure there's more than two, but
so many more.
We need a cutoff point somewhere.
Oh yeah. I mean, we could do the Griddler. We could do I Am Hungry. Man, this is so weird. It's trash cans. Someone named Bernice.
Someone named Bernice.
So here's one of my favorite characters that made me realize that I need to send you pictures because this is such a difficult thing to just take in. You don't want to look at it. But this is a thing named CosMC. I think that's how you pronounce it. Maybe his name is Cosmic. You know what? His name is probably Cosmic.
Yeah, it's probably Cosmic, actually, now that we have kind of tried to work it around our mouths a little bit. I vaguely remember this being, like, a shape that exists of a character. And that is, like, the only recollection I have of it.
I mean, he appeared when we were children.
Yep.
Well, not when I was a child, but when you were a child, I believe. When you were
Maybe.
When you were reborn from your, Eldritch Abomination form into the form you are now. Yeah, anyway, so he's an alien.
So yeah, what's this thing's jam?
He's an alien.
Just an alien?
He's just an alien, but he craves McDonald's. He's a McDonald head. A Donald head, if you will.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. So he trades flowers in exchange for food with Ronald.
Okay.
During a picnic, and he can be, like, summoned by the use of Ronald's McMagnet.
What?
Yeah, this is what's going on, man. And so he, like, what he does is he, like, spreads the gospel of McDonald's through the cosmos.
Well, if there's any one thing that would spread the gospel of McDonald's through the cosmos, it would be Cosmic. Which I don't think we've actually described it.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's a slug.
Well, correction. Slugs do not have arms or feet.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
It's a slug with arms and feet that is in, like, a big ball. I guess it would be like a spacesuit.
I think it's a spacesuit.
But it does also have, like, 6 arms and 2 giant feet.
Yeah. So things that Jeff is, I believe, leaving out here is that it definitely has 6 arms. But the things are, the arms are not placed, like, on its sides.
Like an arm would be placed.
I gotta say, this is actually really creative design for someone who's, like, just really creating an advertising mascot. Because it is kind of a creature that's, like, different than...
Oh, yeah, it's, like, very alien.
Yeah. But its arms are placed around its midsection. The spacesuit it's in is a sphere with just its head poking out and then its arms and its legs poking out. The weird thing is that it looks like the cuffs of the spacesuit would inhibit the movement of its arms. As well as, I don't understand how it would don or doff its helmet, because its arms cannot reach its own head.
I do not think it has a helmet. I think that's just how it does.
You think it can just survive the vacuum of space?
Maybe. Well, I guess it wouldn't need a spacesuit at all then. Maybe it has to, like... there's like a station built for it that it stands in and it drops the helmet down.
You're thinking like an Iron Man situation.
Yeah.
Okay. See, what I think it is, I like that, and I think we should go with it. But I also think that their normal form without the spacesuit doesn't include the feet. I think the reason it has a spacesuit is because it needs like a mechanized way of walking around. That's not just walking around.
All right, I like it.
Yeah,
I can get behind that.
Yeah, and it's just stealing from the ultimate creation, which is man.
Right.
It also has a stupid face. And it seems like it has.
Well, he's just happy to see it. Is all it is.
What is up? What is up? I just realized there's two paths of evolution here, and it's like instead of it being like plants and animals and fungi divided by their types of cells and how they get food, it's just creatures that have teeth and creatures that don't have teeth. Because this is a slug that is smiling at me with human teeth.
How else is it going to eat those burgers?
It's
gotta have human teeth for that.
It's gotta have human teeth, but it looks like the teeth are just one. They're just one thing. It's
just one giant tooth.
Yeah, like there's not even like an upper and a lower tooth. It's just tooth. All right. So how is he? Do we think that Ronald's McMagnet? Do you think that he is like he's like a bird? He's got like a directional. What's that thing called?
Sense.
Yeah, the magnet sense.
It might not necessarily be like him who has it, but like he has a sensor suite, and that just like, you know, the strong magnetism or something like is picked up by it.
See, I'm trying to think of a good. I
mean, like he's a spacefaring alien. Yeah, he can have any kind of technology.
We could be like every science fiction writer ever and just kind of reach a point and be like, yeah, it just kind of works. Shut up. You know, I guess I could do that. I would think that maybe the McMagnet, it's not really a magnet. It's really like just a radio transceiver.
Right. Or maybe it is a magnet and the spacesuit is just metal.
And so he just gets ripped out of the
And he just gets attracted to it.
I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. Maybe he's like looking for magnetic anomalies on planets, and like if you have a strong
that's where you find burgers. That's where there are magnetic anomalies.
Exactly. Well, no, I think that he just does it because he's
just real into magnetism. Maybe he's just like a scientist and he's researching magnetism through the universe.
I think that he's just a grad student and he's just. Much like me, he just has to go out and find things and come back and be like, hey, look what I found.
It's this guy and all of his burger friends that I hate.
Yeah, and don't look at the dog. That's exactly what dogs look like on that world. Okay, I like it. We have like a weird mechanized slug creature monster thing. I do not like things that... They also have a thing that's like, what's up with necks in this world? Why can't they just give things necks?
Just nothing has necks, yeah.
Except for the humans. So here we go. The very last creature. It's a creature named Happy.
Alright, that's a solid start.
Yeah. I know how much you love human mouths and teeth. And eyes.
My favorite.
Like, you just love them so much. Happy's a Happy Meal box.
Yep. No, there's... no other description on that one. It is a Happy Meal box with a almost human mouth.
I would say he is
no lips, definitely teeth, and definitely a overly detailed tongue.
Yeah.
Big noodly arms.
Do we think that Happy is like the culmination of Ronald McDonald's work with vivisection and yeah?
I think it would have to be because this Happy Meal box called Happy that you sent to me is dead inside. Like, look at those eyes. There's no happiness there. He is contractually obligated to do this.
Well, I think that it's not so much that he's contractually obligated to do it, but I think that Ronald
existentially obligated to.
Yeah. Ronald McDonald. Listen. Ronald McDonald is sick. We know this. This is we've been dancing.
We've all
around...
seen his dog Sundae.
Yeah. We've been dancing around the subject this whole time for 45 minutes. Ronald McDonald is in need of some very serious help.
Yes, very true.
I think that he has created. He saw Sundae, and Sundae is he's sad. He wants to cry, but he can't because he's a dog. Doesn't have tear ducts. He sees Grimace. He sees all these things that are like these horrible mutations of reflections of humanity, and he says, "I want to make something that cannot be sad," and so he makes Happy. But Happy can never be sad, so he has no idea what his happiness is. He's just empty because he's always happy. I don't know why he gave him noodle arms. That seems like maybe a stylistic choice.
Right.
Do we think that maybe he is like, what are those? You know how spiders move with the internal pulley system?
Hydraulics, basically. Yeah.
Maybe that's how Happy moves.
That's
his arms.
the only thing I can imagine working, because there are not bones in those arms.
No, I think they're just fluid. Oh yeah, and that's just the shape that they form. I don't think that he can actually not make that shape with his arms, because he could just pressurize and depressurize his arm. My God, this thing is horrifying. Why does he have shoes? That's what I want to know.
Well, because the feet are even more grotesque. They had to put shoes on for it to get on television.
Do you think he has human feet then? Like ultra realistic human feet?
What? So he has human feet? No, he's got to have something that's... Well, they fit in
Do we think
shoes.
I have an idea.
Okay.
He doesn't have lips. So do we think that was Ronald McDonald messed up and accidentally put the lips on his feet?
I was terrified that this is where you were going, because that's the first place I went to when you started speaking.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be what happened.
I think it's got to be what happened. But here's the crazy thing that I just realized. Clearly, the Happy... clothing is a thing in this world. Does this mean that Happy is naked except for his shoes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So does this mean that I would be allowed to cosplay as Happy by just wearing shoes, painting my body red and white, and just walking around?
I mean, yeah, if it's tasteful body paint, then I don't see why not.
I don't see why not. I mean, I'll cover up my nipples, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
That's the important part.
I feel like that's a large portion of the the universe of this
McDonaldland's universe. Yeah.
There's there's a Kid Rhino. There's a guy named Mike the Microphone. The Griddler, I already mentioned him. There's trash cans. The McNugget buddies, which you would think would probably be just the wait a second. Wait, there's no way that these guys are not just the Fry guys. They are not. However, you know what? They're very bad.
They're just chicken McNuggets with mouths and googly eyes pasted on. Exactly.
I think that here's just I know McDonald's. I understand you're a very popular company. You got a lot of money. Just you don't need to put faces on things. Just I don't want to think about the fact that if I'm eating my chicken McNuggets, that they once had mouths and eyes and could feel pain.
Right.
I understand that that's not chicken, okay? I get it. But I am not eating an entire chicken.
No, you're just eating the paste that was made from the chickens.
Exactly. That's what I want to be doing. I don't want to be eating an entire creature.
I don't want to be reminded that they used to have faces.
Well, no, I'm fine being reminded that they have faces. I just don't want to be eating their face. That's what it is. I don't like eating the idea of eating faces.
Okay, I get that.
Anyway, sorry. That's most of the world. Thanks for listening, listener. That's very true for however many episodes, 28 episodes.
Yeah, at least it's not just a cold end.
You mean where we just kind of run out of steam and get tired and don't want to talk anymore?
No, I mean
where we just end it?
I were to say, well, at least we didn't just end it here and then it was ended here.
Oh,
I listened to another podcast that fairly consistently does that.
Well, that's just sad. I mean, you got to do your sign off. Even if the sign off is taking...
Even if the sign off is a rambly half-hour long process, while we eventually try to remember what all of our website names are.
Well, you gotta juice it, you know? No one wants to, you know... Dude,
if there's one part that is my favorite part of a podcast, it's the sign off.
Yeah.
I really like hanging on to it that whole time.
Well, I was going to say, you know what listeners really like? They really like it when podcasts are long and rambly. So you really got to stretch that material out, man. You really want, like, I want you to be sitting down for, like, you know, 45 minutes to an hour of just being like, what are these jokers going to come up with next? What's their next bit? What's the next gambit? You know?
The next bit is just they keep talking and they don't stop.
Shut up, yeah. It's almost like one of them likes to hear his voice so much that he'll just talk about nothing, for no reason. Anyway, thanks for listening to us.
It's nice having you.
Feel free to like and subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher and WhatsApp, and we're not on WhatsApp. What is WhatsApp?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't social media good.
You think I social media good?
You've got a lot more Twitter weight behind you than I do.
I've been able to get one follower.
Hey, that's
better than you did.
More than me.
It's infinite better than what you did. Anyway,
Yep.
Jeff,
so
you need to go
what do we
who's
got?
The better person.
Pedantic Handwaium. Go there.
Yeah, you can
give us show suggestions.
Go to our website. You can give us show suggestions. Handwaium.com, pedantichandwaium.com. We're on Twitter @phandwaium. Thanks to Joe Sopchak for our theme music.
Yeah, I think we do.
I think we do. I mean, it's like it's in that early stage where we're kind of like, you know, we've only been doing this for a year, and we're not too sure if we do love you or not. But we're like, you know what? We might as well just stick with it.
I mean, worst case scenario, we say it and then like didn't really mean it later, and it'll work itself out.
Yeah, I mean, like someone's feelings is going to be hurt, but you know, that's life. You know, you got sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
But the important part is we love you.
And that you should subscribe and like this podcast and show your friends.
And subscribe and like this podcast on your friends' accounts.
Yeah. And get your friends to like us on Twitter. Oh, I remember what I was going to do.
I knew we'd get there sooner or later.
I know. I'll fit it in there. I'll cut a lot of this down. I'm not going to do that, but I'll think about it. I was thinking, because we are hopefully going to be doing a D&D episode with a game that I am actually like a small engine that I'm building. I was gonna say I'll include people's names if they are you know, if they tweet at me or if they like us on Twitter, because I figure, you know, I don't know I know literally 2 of our listeners, and I think there's like 15 of you out there, so you know, it's good.
There's more than 15. I see the download numbers.
Well, I mean like 15 minus my family.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The infinite number of codes. Thanks for listening.